Hey there everybody, welcome back to the Planes, Trains, and Comic Books channel. My name's Matt, and today we're going to review Everything Sucks #1. But before we get into that, if you guys would mind sharing, subscribing, commenting, it really helps me out and lets me know what you guys want to see more of. So, with that being said, let's get straight into it. All right, we got the cover here for Everything Sucks #1. It is a Silver Sprocket comic, and it is by Michael Sweater. And we start off with our main characters, Noah and Kala, and they're a couple of stoner friends who are having a good time watching the X-Files. And they're the kind of people that like to look outside their window and judge people, but they're just sitting in their house watching TV and getting high. So while they're watching TV, a commercial comes on for a burger joint, and it's your standard commercial for a burger. And of course, Noah has something to say about commercials and why do they even exist, because we know that Burger Castle sells hamburgers. But then a sudden urge overcomes him and he decides that he has to go get a burger. So him and Kala decide to walk to Burger Castle, and on the way they run into a possum friend that joins them. But as they approach the door, they see a sign that says they are closed. And they can't believe it because it's lunchtime and that doesn't make any sense. And then they see one of the workers from the Burger Castle sitting outside smoking, and he tells them it's closed because someone has defecated on the floor. And they don't seem to think this is a problem. They say they don't have to use the restroom anyway, so why can't they just go in and buy something? And the worker responds that the person didn't defecate inside the restroom, they defecated on the floor in the restaurant. And therefore, no one can go inside until it's been cleaned up. So until then, they can still order something, but they have to go through the drive-thru. So Noah walks over to the drive-thru and he tries to order, but they tell him you can't order through the drive-thru unless you have a car. And unfortunately, they walked there, so there is no car, and Noah begins to plead with the man because all he wants is his burger, and that's where I'm going to stop it. I don't want to spoil anything else. So I actually picked up issue 2 of this comic first because it caught my eye randomly at my comic book store and it seemed interesting, and even though I'm not really into indie comics too much, I decided to check it out because I'm trying to push myself to read new things. And I liked issue 2 so much that I went on silversprocket.com and ordered issue 1, which is still in stock from them. And just like issue 2, this one was super funny and I had a blast reading it. I think Michael Sweater's writing is really good. The best way I could describe it is it's a mix between Clerks and Harold and Kumar. I could just really hear these characters and their conversations, and what they talk about makes me crack up, which doesn't happen that often to me when I read comics, so I thought this was pretty unique and a really fun read. Another thing that caught my eye about this comic is the artwork. Even though it's stylized, and it definitely has a cartoony kind of Adult Swim look to it, it's done really well and the colors pop off the page. I could totally see this as like an animated TV show on Adult Swim because the characters are so well designed, which as a new reader made it really easy to just jump into this comic and not have to figure too much out. So I like this comic so much that I actually went and bought a bunch of books by Michael Sweater, and I gotta say, he is a really talented cartoonist and writer. All the books that I bought of his were funny and made me laugh, or they were just really good stories. This series, and specifically issue 1, was a blast to read, and I'm definitely going to add this to my pull list for the future. So I'm going to give this one a 4.5 out of 5. And really, this comic just kind of reminded me of me and my friends hanging out, and the adventures we would go on and the mischief we would get into, which is something I can't say any other comic has made me get nostalgia for. So if you saw anything you like, definitely go pick that up at your local comic book store, and we will see y'all on the next one.